First things first, it's crucial to identify the negative influences in your life. Imagine your mind like a garden. Just as a garden is affected by external elements like sunlight, water, and pests, your mind is influenced by the people you interact with, the environments you're in, and the conversations you engage in daily. Now, not all external influences are beneficial. Some can be harmful, just like pests in a garden. These negative influences often come in the form of toxic relationships, pessimistic attitudes, or draining conversations. Toxic relationships are those that leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, or manipulated. They can be with friends, family, or colleagues. These relationships often involve a pattern of harmful behaviors like constant criticism, lack of respect, or emotional manipulation. Then there's pessimistic attitudes. These are patterns of thinking that focus on the negative aspects of situations. Pessimism can be contagious. If you're constantly around pessimistic people, you may find their negativity starts to rub off on you, coloring your own view of the world. Draining conversations are another type of negative influence. These are discussions that leave you feeling exhausted, upset, or demotivated. They often involve excessive complaining, gossiping, or negativity. Recognizing these influences is essential because they can affect your mindset, your feelings, and your actions. They can pull you down, hinder your growth, and keep you from reaching your potential. But here's the good news. You have control over who and what influences your mindset. Just as a gardener can choose to protect their garden from pests, you can choose to protect your mind from negative influences. You can decide who you spend time with, what conversations you engage in, and how you respond to different situations. And remember, recognizing these influences is not about blaming others or feeling victimized. It's about understanding your environment better, taking responsibility for your mental space, and making choices that support your well-being and growth. So take some time to reflect. What are the negative influences in your life? How are they affecting you? And most importantly, what can you do about them? Recognizing these influences is the first step towards shielding your mindset. Now that we know what to look out for, it's time to talk about setting boundaries. It's not just about building walls, it's about creating a safe space for your mind to thrive. You see, boundaries are not limitations. Instead, they're the lines that delineate what we find acceptable and what we don't. They're the framework that lets positivity in and keeps negativity out. So how do we set these boundaries? Well, it all starts with understanding your worth. You're not obliged to entertain negativity or to get involved in situations that drain you. It's okay to say no when necessary. It's okay to prioritize your mental health over pleasing others. Imagine your mind as a garden. You wouldn't want harmful weeds to invade and choke your beautiful blooms, would you? Just as you'd weed out the unwanted plants, it's essential to weed out negativity from your life. This could mean ending toxic relationships, avoiding negative conversations, or even distancing yourself from pessimistic attitudes. But setting boundaries isn't just about cutting ties with negativity. It's also about surrounding yourself with positive energy. Seek out people who uplift you, who inspire you, who make you feel good about yourself. Engage in activities that spark joy and foster a sense of fulfillment. Prioritize self-care and self-love because you deserve nothing less. Remember, boundaries are not about isolation. They're about creating a positive, nurturing environment where you can grow and flourish. They're about taking control of your mental space and well-being. And sometimes, taking control means making tough decisions. But trust me, the peace and positivity that follow are absolutely worth it. So, don't be afraid to set boundaries. Don't be afraid to guard your mental garden against negativity. Because when you do, you're not just protecting yourself. You're also cultivating a space where positivity can bloom in abundance. By setting boundaries, you're taking control of your mental space and well-being. Negativity can't always be avoided, but how you respond makes all the difference. Now we know that this might seem easier said than done, but let's delve into what we call mindful responses. Mindful responses are essentially about engaging your mind in active observation, rather than falling into automatic reactions. It's about taking a step back, giving yourself a moment to reflect before letting your emotions take the lead. You see, when confronted with negativity, our instinctive reactions might not always serve our best interests. They could even fuel the negativity, amplifying its impact. Instead, imagine if you could slow down that split-second reaction, creating a space where you can choose your response rather than just reacting. That's the power of mindful responses. They allow you to take control, to navigate through negativity with grace and resilience. Think of it as a mental pause button. When faced with a negative situation or comment, hit that pause button, take a deep breath, and allow yourself a moment to process the situation. What's happening? How are you feeling about it? What's the best way to respond? Often, you'll find that this moment of reflection reveals a response that is balanced, thoughtful, and ultimately more beneficial. Now, this doesn't mean that you should suppress your emotions or ignore the negativity. Rather, it's about acknowledging these emotions and the situation, then consciously choosing a response that aligns with your values, your goals, and the person you aspire to be. This mindful approach can transform negative situations into opportunities for growth and learning. Instead of being swept away by the negativity, you're learning from it, growing stronger and wiser. You're turning challenges into stepping stones, taking control of your narrative. And remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice mindful responses, the more natural it becomes. It's like building a mental muscle, and every time you choose to respond mindfully, you're making that muscle stronger. So the next time negativity comes knocking, remember to pause, to reflect, and to choose your response. Remember that you have the power to transform negativity into a stepping stone for growth. This empowers you to turn negative situations into opportunities for growth and learning. So let's continue on this journey, learning to shield our minds and cultivate positivity. Now let's shift our focus to cultivating positivity. Life is a beautiful dance of moments, and each moment gives us an opportunity to choose positivity. It's like planting a seed in the garden of your mind. The more positive seeds you plant, the more your garden will flourish with vibrant, positive energy. Think about the people in your life. Are they uplifting? Do they inspire you, challenge you, support you? Surrounding yourself with positive people is one of the most impactful ways to cultivate positivity. These are the people who will encourage you when you're down, celebrate your victories, and remind you of your worth when you've forgotten. But cultivating positivity isn't just about surrounding yourself with the right people. It's also about engaging in activities that bring you joy. Whether it's painting a canvas, hiking a mountain, reading a book, or simply sipping a cup of coffee in silence, find those activities that light you up from the inside out. When you engage in what you love, you're sending a powerful message to your mind that you're worth the time and the joy. And then there's gratitude. Gratitude is the golden thread that weaves through the tapestry of positivity. It's about appreciating the little things, the big things, and everything in between. It's about waking up each morning and saying, "Thank you, life, for giving me another day." It's about going to bed each night and saying, "Thank you, life, for all the lessons and blessings." By practicing gratitude daily, you're cultivating a mindset that finds the silver lining in every cloud. Cultivating positivity is like building a fortress around your mind. It's a powerful shield that deflects negativity and lets only the good vibes in. It's about creating an environment that nurtures your spirit and uplifts your soul. It's about choosing to see the good even when life gets tough. So surround yourself with uplifting people, engage in activities that bring joy, and practice gratitude daily. These are the keys to cultivating positivity. Remember, just like a garden, it takes time for seeds to grow. Be patient with yourself. Keep planting those seeds of positivity, and soon you'll see them blossoming into a beautiful, vibrant garden. Building a positive environment is a powerful shield against negativity. Lastly, let's talk about turning negative input into something positive. Life as we know it is a mixed bag of experiences. Some are pleasant, others not so much. But every experience, even the most challenging ones, come with valuable lessons. The key is to shift our perspectives and approach these instances not as problems, but as opportunities for growth. Consider criticism. It's easy to view it as a personal attack, but what if we saw it as constructive feedback instead? What if we used it as a tool to polish and perfect ourselves? It's all about perception. Change your perspective and you change your experience. Setbacks and failures are another source of negativity that we often grapple with. Instead of letting them pull us down, we can choose to see them as learning opportunities. Every stumble, every fall, teaches us something new, something important. It's through these lessons that we grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Now let's talk about challenges. They can be intimidating, yes, but they're also opportunities for personal development. Embrace them. Tackle them head on. With every challenge you overcome, you'll find yourself one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, it's not the situation, but how we respond to it that determines our reality. Our mindset is a powerful tool. With the right mindset, we can transform every negative input into something positive. Remember, your mindset determines your reality. And there you have it, our guide to shielding yourself from negative influences and transforming negativity into positivity. We've journeyed from identifying toxic elements, setting healthy boundaries, to responding mindfully. We've explored the importance of cultivating positivity and using negativity as a tool for growth. Now it's your turn to apply these strategies. Try them out and let us know how they've changed your perspective. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, stay positive and keep thriving. Keep